founder of Citizens Hub, Aisha Yesufu, has said the country's judiciary has become the plaything of corrupt politicians. The activist and Labour Party supporter said, the judiciary is supposed to be the last resort of the common man but has unfortunately become a plaything in the hands of corrupt politicians.
This message is for Justice Haruna Tsammani. I sat down 13 hours in the Court of Appeal listening to the judgment that you and your colleagues passed. I sat down, it was your moment to gloat, to be joyous and say all you had to say. You were the main actors. And the rest of us were there as spectators, listening quietly to you, right? And with my 2 ears and my eyes looking at you, I heard you when you know, with all joy, say to the counsel, to one of the petitioners, when they asked you for the judgment, whether you have this, where you said, oh, you make it available to them. And when they said, there was something you said also, by the time you were giving that judgment, that it is sacrosanct, the time for appeal, that you are not going to, of course, that's what the law says, so we know it's sacrosanct, that there's not going to be any case where they are going to add any days to someone. So why is it that up till now, the judgment has not been given to the counsels, to the petitioners to do what they needful? Whatever they want to do, even if they want to just look at it and be staring at it, is it not time for them to have it? The same you that was gleefully telling them that it's sacrosanct, is it not sacrosanct for there to be competence from the tribunal? Isn't the tribunal itself supposed to be sacrosanct in the way it does its things? If you knew the judgment was not ready, you had not finished putting everything down, it was not typed, it was not ready in a way that immediately after your judgment, you are either giving it to them or you are uploading it to your website, why then did you give a judgment? I listened to you severally when you were using the word that, oh, it seems the witness invented. So me, now that I am a witness, that I saw you and I was looking at you, I am thinking, it seems you invented the fact that let there be this tactical delay that we eat away into the days that are supposed to be used to file whatever appeal or whatever it is to the Supreme Court or whatever anybody wants to do. I sat down there, for 13 hours, listening. At one time I was wondering, what kind of words are these? I thought, or is this going to be part of the judgment? Is it what the judgment is, what is being said? Because it was almost as if, was I in the market, just hearing plain? I think it was Lord Denning that said, words, words are these. There's a quote by Lord Denning where he talked about how judges are supposed to use words, sort of like that we flow. They were the kind of words you were using. You were wondering whether you were in court, or you were at the motor park, or you were in the market, or you were in the village square where people were just throwing words anyhow. It doesn't matter. It's your right to do what you want to do, where you want to do it. But when it comes to issue of competence, when it comes to issue of sacrosanct, the way you use, when you talk about it is sacrosanct that the number of days will not be increased for anybody. Why then are you eating into the number of days? Why then are you eating? For me, Aisha Yesufu, I am an active Nigerian citizen. I speak for myself and I use this my mouth to speak on my own behalf as a witness that sat down for over 12 hours, 13 hours, sitting down and listening to judges reading. I'm like, what are they reading here? But I sat down, I listened. I'm a witness. So when you talked about being sacrosanct, so how come now you don't still have this thing out? How are you going to read something different and then they are not going to, see, they are now retyping it or what? Are some words going to change? There was a part where we heard, explain to me if I didn't hear well, where you were saying that the case, the Labour Party case is now withdrawn. I'm like, Is it judges that withdraw cases? Abi, what is it? Is it not the person that put in the case I suppose so? Or is it now judges that are now acting on behalf? If I didn't hear that part where tell me, let me know. Because I sat down on this one, I'm a witness. So I was there. Nobody told me. I didn't read newspaper. In short, I wasn't even hidden because where everybody were wearing black and that color, my yellow gold hijab was there shining. It's really so annoying that the place where you expect that justice is supposed to be for the weak, to protect the weak against the strong. But unfortunately in Nigeria, that doesn't seem to what we have. Because I watched you, what I saw that day was you, Justice Tsammani, and your other colleagues being so happy when you were talking about the respondents and you were talking about how they had done this, how under cross-examination, how this, and then the anger, the agitation, the disdain when you were talking about the petitioners coming before you. It's all right, though. It's your court. It's all right to do what you do. I don't know what you people do. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a microbiologist. I'm a microbiologist, so I don't know how you people do this thing. But moi, as a citizen, watching and as an eyewitness to what I saw was all of that happening. But you have a right to do that. What you do not have a right to is incompetence. Incompetence of not ensuring that immediately after your judgment that it's available for people to begin to file their appeal or whatever they want to do with it. Even if they are not going to file their appeal, let them sit down and be looking at it. Justice Tsammani, Justice Haruna Tsammani, your name is Tsammani as expected. Expected, do the expected. Be competent. Let bring everything out and let's give it to people. Don't eat away out of the hours. 24 hours cannot be recovered again. 48 hours cannot be recovered again. 72 hours cannot be recovered again. Any hour, any minute that you do not give the counsels to the petitioners what they need, the judgment and everything, however you people call it, whether it's a certified true copy or whatever you call it, that you don't have, let them have it to begin to prepare what they need to use to appeal. It's injustice of the highest order. It's not even only injustice, it is sabotage. That is how me, Aisha Yesufu, I am seeing it from when I looked at it. I was an eyewitness, so I sit down for court, but they paid me and sit down. I didn't lean back. I didn't blink one moment. I sat down and I was paying attention to what is going on. And I know I will repeat it again. I heard you talking about how it is sacrosanct. Let me also talk. Let me talk what is sacrosanct. There are some quotes here that I really need us to. From Lord Denny. Lord Denny does not have two heads. He has one head, like every other person. 100 years from now, people are going to be looking at these judgments and reading it. They are not only going to look at the Justice Haruna Tsammani and whoever it was that was on that thing that did. They are going to look at all of us and say, the people of that era, how were they? What kind of weddings are they? What kind of this thing is that? So it is a representation on also my generation. By the time I'm dead, 100 years from now, I won't be there for me to go and be telling them that, we too, that was how we saw it too. The issue of Nigerian judiciary where, what do you call it now? I see appointment or whatever, it's based on seniority. That thing, the judicial system needs to be rejigged. You know, they needs to be rejigged, turn upside down and fixed. Competence must trump how old you are. Because say person old, no come me say the person get sense pass another person where they there, where get sense, where go do what he go do. Age, you know, they give person sense. No being they give person sense. At this moment, we need to ensure the right thing is being done. Lord Denny said the purpose of the law is to protect the weak against the strong. Not the one that we will see that is the strong that are coming out to display their strength, and then it's the weak that is being used to it won't happen. No. We are all citizens in this country. It's all our country. Every one of us. We own Nigeria equally. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. Lord Denning also said, the law is not a technical game to be played by experts, but rather a living force to be applied with wisdom and compassion. We are not even asking for wisdom and compassion. Now, me, I'm not asking for wisdom and compassion. All I'm asking for is competence. Ensure that these lawyers get the judgment that you have read. The judgment that you finally televised when you didn't televise the whole way where they were bringing evidence. They give them and let them do their work. So that sacrosanct you said, your word should also be sacrosanct. You giving them the judgment immediately after should be sacrosanct, ensuring that you had everything prepared before you just came out and sat down and read those judgments. They too should be sacrosanct. Let me remind all of us again, no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.